Here we are, everyone. Day number 28 in our 30-day money game. And we get $28,000 to put in our account and to spend it. So I have a question for you, and we've got some big discussions today you're going to love. But do you really believe that your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs, your emotions, your hopes, your fears, do you think that they are infecting the quantum field? And do you think us playing this game together truly makes it more real? Because in my world, it does. So we're going to dive into the quantum field in just a few minutes. But first, I was talking about people getting stuck yesterday. We just hit a wall and go, so much money. And I got this response. It said, "You mentioned being stuck in today's video." That was from yesterday. That was me yesterday and today. But listening and reading what others are doing with their abundance helped me to focus a bit better. So with yesterday's money, I bought some much needed oils for our business and then put $25,000 aside for our son's first home down payment. And I did the same today with $25,000 to our daughter's first house. And then with the remaining $2,000, I booked a trip for Grand Canyon tour, a tour and a 3-day stay, all first class. No more coach for me. Yeah, absolutely. Do what you're worth. And I added a meme after that and talking about how we see ourselves and how we value ourselves. And it had a beautiful picture of food, and it said, "You will eat according to who you believe you are." Think about that. And a person replied, "Wow, that struck a chord with me as I have been contemplating this very thing." We have a participant in Germany, and she said this: "Healthy food, a lot of veggies and fruit, some fish and some meat, yogurt and Bavarian beer," which is very healthy for you. Don't you love it? Yeah. She thinks she's worthy of that. And so my point is this: if you want to look and feel like $1,000,000 and attract great wealth and abundance, you are not going to get that by eating every day on the dollar menu. Now, yesterday I talked about Popeye's fried chicken and about the difference between that and going and getting dressed up and eating at Nordstrom Bistro. Now, I love fried chicken, okay? So I'm not pointing my finger. And if you're on the road or you've got a bunch of kids and you're going to a basketball game and you zoom through and pick out stuff for them to eat, off the dollar menu, fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm saying on a regular basis, how do you eat? What do you think you are worth? Do you think you're worth a couple of dollars more in eating in a way that is consistent with who you are? And that's something that you have to think about. So many people have been having some amazing results in the past 4 weeks, and others have given up, but that happens all the time. But let me remind you that your words, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, all of that is infecting the mind of God, the quantum field of creation. Years ago, I want to tell you this story, and I mean decades ago. When cassette tapes first came out, there was a cassette tape manufacturer for the tapes, not the machines, and it was called Memorex. And what they did is they put together a commercial, and they showed this soprano, and they held up a beautiful fine crystal glass, and she hit high C and held it, that resonance, and it shattered the glass. Impressive. But then what they did is they had recorded that on their tape, and so they ran it back, they held up the glass again, they played the high C, and that resonance went out and shattered the glass. So their little advertising tagline was, "Is it real? Is it live? Is it Memorex?" Is it live or is it Memorex? Just totally sticks in my mind. So as we are doing our daily deposits and we are making decisions on what we're going to spend and how we feel about it, is it live or is it Memorex? Is this just the money game or is it real? And I can tell you, it's up to you. If you want to make it real, it is real. And we have years of data to support that. Sir Rupert Sheldrake, who is from England, discovered what he calls the morphogenic field. And he said that all living things and all places, even, have a field of energy around them. Now, of course, if you go to Wikipedia, they go, oh, no, that's just not true. Whatever. It is true. And it can be measured. In fact, all buildings, all places all over the earth have a resonance, and I can prove that to you. If you go into a library and you walk in and just stand there for a second, just feeling the feelings, you are going to be inundated with years of study and knowledge gaining. You can feel it. The same way with the church. And it doesn't have to be a big cathedral, but certainly in a cathedral you can feel it. But you can go into a little church that's in a strip shopping center, and if they have been praying and praising and holding sacred space, you can feel it. Now, conversely, if you go near a jail or a penitentiary, you are going to, and I'm not kidding, the morphic field on this is huge. It just waves out, hundreds of feet. Even when you're parking in the parking lot, you can feel the anger, the angst, the frustration, the fear, the, feelings of unfairness, self-pity. It is huge. So let me tell you how I know this is real, besides just our own feelings. The world's governments, especially the United States government, has put up satellites that monitor emotions and spikes in emotions of people around the world. So when Princess Diana died in the 90s, there was a huge spike of grief and shock and disbelief, and they were able to monitor that. The same thing with 9/11 all over the world, huge energy spike. And when Michael Jackson died, a huge energy spike. So when we get together and we do this money game together and we hear the other people's great stories and their wonderful realizations and things that are happening to them, guess what? There's a huge energy spike that goes on. But we have to be willing to step into that. Now, I'm always amused when I think about Jesus. Most of his recorded miracles were healings. But he didn't just go around indiscriminately healing people. They either had to ask him, or he would catch their eye and they would just look like, and he would say, would you be healed? And if there was agreement there, he would heal them. A friend of mine told me years ago, which is funny, said that when he raised Lazarus from the dead and he went out to the sepulchres, and they told me that Jesus had to call Lazarus by name. Lazarus, come forth. If not, his morphogenic field was so strong, everyone would have jumped up out of the grave. So it's just funny. But I'm telling you, we are creating a morphogenic field of abundance, confidence, happiness, miracles. It really is true. So the question is this just the money game? Or is it real? Is it live or is it the money game? It's up to you to decide. And I can tell you this, I wouldn't be doing this on a daily basis for years unless it was live and it was real, because I've seen how it works. So we just have a couple more days together for these fresh videos. I want you to make it count. I want you to bring in this morphic field from around you up into your heart. Bring your mind down, seeing it happen, ramp it up, send it out, pow. And the mind of God says, message received. I'm on it, boss. Now let's just do this for other people in our game and other people in our life. Bring it up. all that resonance, all that beauty, all that gratitude and love, abundance and happiness. Send it out. Boom. There you go. Message received. And I know that the people who are playing this game feel it too. So my question is, how real are you going to make this? And will you please share? Because your sharing creates a bigger morphogenic field of abundance, happiness, love, and confidence. I'll see you tomorrow with $29,000. Have fun.